Hello and welcome to Sarcastic Videos. Today we're going to be talking about Life, starring Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Rebecca Ferguson. This movie is actually very straightforward. There's not much to it, which is good and bad. The bad part is that there's nothing that you learn about these characters, like barely anything. It's really hard to be invested in anything that's going on. And this is essentially just a standard slasher flick in space. It's a space station, and they're capturing a Mars satellite and recovering samples that were taken. And one of those samples contains life, hence the title. So they experiment on it, and eventually it comes to life, and it's pissed because they've been experimenting on it, and and then that's when the slasher film starts, and it just goes around killing crew members one by one, and they have to find ways to deal with it and find ways to prevent it from reaching Earth. So again, there's not much you learn about the characters. Like Ryan Reynolds' character, not sure what he does or like what his position is on the space station, anything like that. There's one guy who's the scientist, and they basically just watch him do science. There's a captain. There's another guy, I'm guessing he's an engineer. He seems to be working on the computers quite a bit. And then two people seem to be the doctor, although I think Jake Gyllenhaal is like the main doctor. And they keep talking about how he set the record for most days up in space, which doesn't really come into effect at all throughout the movie. So that part is interesting. But there are some good parts. Like they do a good job of capturing the claustrophobia of being on a space station and having to deal with this creature. The creature it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a stingray almost that sucks the life out of people. It starts out smaller, but that's what it grows into, and that's how it is for most of the movie. It's just like a stingray that floats through space, and yeah, it drains the life out of people and eats coolant, which puts them in danger in a few different ways. But as far as anything else that happens in the movie, there's really not much. They have some interesting ways of trying to kill it, but it's so odd that when they first find it, the temperature is really low, so it's completely dormant. They raise the temperature, it comes to life. So they try to kill it with fire, even though raising the temperature brought it to life. You would think their reaction would be to lower the temperature and hope it goes dormant again, but that never even gets discussed. It's odd. But the moments when the creature kills, they're not very tense. You know what's gonna happen. You can pretty much guess who's gonna live and who's gonna die from the very beginning. There's no surprises. You know exactly what this creature is because you've seen the trailer and you know what the movie is. So it could have been done better. Like, you could have had the exact same movie and just added some character to each person in the movie. Just add some more character, add some tension, like you can see what's happening. There's no, what next, people, like something like Alien, looking through tunnels or looking through the duct system, things like that, where everything's tense and you're waiting to see what happens. Like, there's nothing like that here. There's really not much tension. I would just rate it a little bit above average just because of the cast, for one, and they do a good job of making it look like a dangerous thing is happening on a very cramped space in a space station. And, the special effects are good. The creature looks good. The space station looks good. When they go outside and when they go in the capsules and things like that, it looks good. But everything else, there's just not much to this movie. So, like I said, I would rate it as slightly above average. So, a 6 out of 10. And that's Life, starring Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Rebecca Ferguson. So, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, or all the above. Thank you, and have a nice day.